Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.
Oscar BEVIS, IFL, TV, MTK, Global, in the Matchroom residency. Lewie Edmondson, how are you, mate?
How are we, brother? How's things?
Good, mate. I'm so glad you're in it. You don't understand. It's probably quite nice for you to be in this setting, surrounded by Billy Joe. Dante's here. I saw you all eating earlier, and it's not like you've got a small team in here, because there's about 10 of you. Yeah. Just feels like you're having a good little time together.
Yeah, there's a good few of us. Obviously, we got me, Bill, the rest of the team, Dante, Tom, Greg. Yeah, we're all in here. It's just it's like we're being away in camp, just chilling out. Obviously, we've got the games room here, having a bit of fun. A few bets going on. Just took some money off you on the old beanbag basketball, and yeah, it's all good. It's good vibes.
And you only fought 3 weeks ago as well. There's some people obviously in a position where they can't fight for a year. You got them fought on an MTK show, and then you're fighting on Matchroom Bill as well. You're in a good place, aren't you?
Do you know what? Obviously, it's a sad time and it's a bad time for boxing, if not probably the worst time that it's been. So obviously, a lot of fighters, as you say, are struggling to get fights, and I can't thank my team, MTK Global, and obviously managed by Billy Joe Saunders alongside MTK. And yeah, I can't thank them enough. Obviously, I fought 3 weeks ago and we want to keep busy. I was a little bit inactive before that, but I've had a long camp now. Yeah, I'm very, very thankful to the team and I'm ready to move forward.
What do you reckon about 3 weeks ago? Pleased? Like you said, long time out of the ring, so obviously it's not going to be punch perfect, but pleased?
Yeah, I'm pleased. He's a tough fella. I feel like if I had a couple more rounds, I would have got him out of there. Obviously, there's a few things we could have worked on. But yeah, I had some good feedback from Spencer Fearon and Barry Jones, so we're very happy.
And they're good, knowledgeable blokes as well, aren't they? So I suppose feedback from them is always going to be held in high regard. John Telford. Now, you said to me earlier, how tall am I? Right, and I said, I think I'm 5'11", and then you laughed, whatever. John Telford's 5'10", and you're a lot bigger than me. So you're going to be a lot bigger than John Telford. So is this a simple fight to play out, or is it not?
Listen, he's an experienced fighter. I think he's been around the gyms. He's had a lot of sparring. He sparred Billy Joe, he sparred Liam Williams, he sparred a few fellas, but yeah, I think he was coming up from middleweight. I think he's campaigned at middleweight, and I think he's going to be quite a bit smaller than me on the night, and I think it's going to play right into my hands.
Does that mean a statement stoppage?
Well, we'll see. Obviously, on paper, it looks like a hard fight, and a few people are talking, saying it's going to be a hard fight for me. So I know the task I've got ahead of me. And I'm on the ball, I'm fit, I'm sharp, I'm ready to go. I'm confident I'll get the job done in style.
And if you get the job done, do you look at some of the lower domestic echelon tour guys, John Dock, Zak Chelli? I know you're smiling because I know I'm going to ask you about a certain Zak Chelli Snr in a minute, but is this sort of the fight before you look at those lower echelon domestic guys, do you reckon?
I think so, yeah. I think God willing, come through this one very well and do it in style. And then maybe have an 8-rounder, maybe start of the year. And then, yeah, definitely I'm not one to wait around and keep, obviously, from this fight, you can tell I'm not going to sit around and box journeyman my whole career. You know, some fighters, they get up to 15, 16 fights and they've not boxed a carrot. So it's, yeah, I'm going to be raining hellfire on them next year, 100%.
Look forward to it, mate. Zak Chelli Snr. Now, he's a bit of a head on Instagram, isn't he? He comments on a lot of the super middleweight guys' pictures and says that his son is the best domestic super middleweight. You were one of the guys in the firing line as well. And when you see that notification, right, Zak Chelli Snr, what's the first thing that goes through your head?
My son is the best middleweight in the world. My son, that's what comes to my head, that comment. My son is the best super middleweight in the Great Britain. Every time, but then it just goes from there, you know. Everyone knows he's a Fruit Loop, isn't he? He's lost the plot. He's like, how can he be commenting on the likes of Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, people like that, talking about my son this, my son that? He's lost the plot. Do you know what I mean? His son's a strong fella. He has a go. but his boxing ability is terrible. I think sometimes when he throws that backhand, I think he's playing cricket.
So not a fan, and you obviously don't rate Zak Chelli as a fighter, but I suppose that's someone you've got your eye on then. Look, you obviously think he's got limited skills, so I can imagine that's someone that, if it was offered to you or your team can get you next year, that you'd take with both hands.
100%, 100%, and that's the fight we want. Not only if it gets offered to us, that's the fight we want. We'll hopefully get that on at some point next year, and I think I'll make him look stupid. And
the build-up's going to be more you versus senior than you and junior as well. And I can already see the press conference playing out, mate.
I think Zak Chelli himself not so bad, but his dad's all over the place, isn't he?
I mentioned John Dock as well. Lost to Jack Cullen, 2 weeks ago on the female world title triple header bill. What do you make of John? He had a lot to say in the build-up, very vocal, sort of, I don't know, last couple of fights he's unleashed a different John Dock. But obviously things didn't go his way. What do you make of John's performance and perhaps a bit of his character beforehand?
I saw a little bit of it, and I saw he was going to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but obviously doing it's a different thing, and I don't know, I think he's a very good fighter, but I just don't think he performed on the night, and I don't think it was a very good performance at all.
Well, look, like I say, there's definitely some of them domestic guys there for you, and obviously fingers crossed for yourself, you come through Friday. Billy Joe, now we've got Martin Murray in front of him, but does the importance lie beyond Martin Murray? Obviously, you can't. I know Billy Joe will tell me when I interview him later that he's not taking his eye off Martin, whatever. But does the importance lie past him? Does it lie on winning this and wanting the winner of Canelo and Callum next year?
I think, obviously, as you said, he can't take his eye off the ball with Martin Murray. He's been in some tough fights and he's been around for years, hasn't he? And I think he's a hard fighter for anyone. But I think Martin's a little bit old, and I think the levels are a little bit different. I think Billy Joe's going to get it done in style and move on, and hopefully get one of Canelo or Callum Smith next year.
You look at that and think, God, there's some undercards there for me.
That's the plan, yeah, serious undercards. And I'm just happy to get out on this one and move forward.
Vegas, watch out, you never know. I want to talk about Tom Little, obviously, when you were training with Josh Burnham, and I know you're still very close with Tom, and you're all quite a close-knit unit, still all chat and stuff. Called it a day on his career after defeat to Alan Babbage. Disappointing from a fight perspective, but you're quite pleased that Tom sort of decided to bow out at this stage now?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Obviously, I love Tom to bits. He's a very good friend of mine. He's more like a brother, you know. But obviously, he's had some hard fights. He's fought Hergovich, David Price, Majidov, Dubois, Babbage. I think there's only so many hard fights you want to take, and your body can take. And obviously, he's getting older now, and it hurts at any weight, let alone that big heavyweight. So taking them big shots is no good. And obviously, I think he's had a few stoppages on the run now. So I think it's the best for him now to call it there. I think he's made the right decision, and I'm pretty sure he's staying in around the sport as everyone loves him.
I was going to say, he feels like, well, it seems like he belongs in boxing. He's the sort of person who walks into a room when there's loads of boxing heads there, and especially in a place like these sort of fight camps. And he's the sort of person who, I don't know, changes the dynamic of room. Like you said, everyone loves him, doesn't he?
Yeah, everybody loves him, man. I'd have liked to have been a fly on the wall when he was in this bubble, that's for sure.
For you, just finally on your career, obviously, you've chopped and changed. Busy man, are we?
Busy man, what's going on?
A few girls in the DMs. You've chopped and changed a little bit in your career. You've had different management teams, different trainers as well. Do you feel like now you're in a place where you're settled and you can just kick on and there's no other distractions, it's just going forward now? 100%.
I think it just it speaks for itself. You know, I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel like I'm learning every day. Obviously, I'm in camp with Billy Joe. I'm training with him every day. And it just feels like it's right, you know. I think it speaks for itself. I thought, well, after Friday, it'd be twice in 1 month now. So I think it speaks for itself, and the performances are going to show.
Do you have a final little message to Big John Telford, or Little John Telford, seeing as he's 5'10", according to you, and a message maybe to Zak Chelli as well, before I end this?
John, be ready, brother, because you're going to need to be. And Zak Chelli, I'm coming, brother, I'm coming. Next year, be ready. 2021, be ready. And sort them windmills out.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.